so I think there seems to be an assumption in the question about the nature of hell and about what God's trying to do. So it seems to assume that hell is a kind of torture chamber, if you like. God's torturing those who say they don't want to love him. And so let me say why I think that's not quite the right way to look at it. So I think the whole sweep of the narrative of the Bible is God's love for humanity and the story of God's interaction with humanity, culminating in his entering into the world in the person of Jesus Christ in order to bring reconciliation with us. And so I think we need to think about what love is. So I have 2 daughters, and I would very much, of course I want them to love me, but I recognize that ultimately this is a matter of their volition. So you could imagine, suppose in a few years there's some really clever pill that I could slip in their drinks, and it would give them all the feelings of having great love towards me. And suppose I was doing that, and then the question would arise, do they really love me? Or is it that I'm actually essentially programming them like robots? And I think we can all see that wouldn't be real love. And so that seems to suggest that genuine love has to be a matter of human choice and volition. And so God can't force that any more than I can with my daughters. Okay, so backing up a bit then. So I said I think the question seems to presuppose an idea that hell is a torture chamber, whereas I don't think that that's quite the way I would look at it. So I think God creates human beings because he wants that kind of relationship with each one of us. But as I was trying to suggest, that's not something he can impose or force upon us. And so the idea is simply that it's actually because of God's love for us that he is not willing to impose that upon us. He's not willing to force those who have ultimately chosen that they don't want to have a relationship with him to be in heaven. And actually someone made the interesting point that to those who have rejected God, heaven would be hell. And so I hope that kind of brings a slightly different angle on the question.